Obviously coming off a big win, just what's your sense for how your team's reacting to that mentally, and then the focus, trying to get refocused this week?
Yeah, it was a great weekend for us. Tried to enjoy Sunday and Monday, the best we could. Monday's our off day, so then back at it on Tuesday. I think the group is very excited, very energized. I think they felt like they did a lot of things really well, and it was so fun to do that in front of a great crowd and be at home. And they started school, so you add that element to it, which I think, we have a really studious group, so they were excited, I think, to get back to school. And I know we're looking forward to the Arizonas this weekend.
Matt, just generally speaking, what are some of the secrets to your success this season?
I think we're a pretty well-rounded group. I mean, we have Nunaviller, which, she's pretty great. And I think she keeps everybody focused, and I think she makes everybody better around her. Mimi Collier, our freshman, I think Brooke has just been an amazing influence for her. Even today, they got reps after practice together. Brooke came up just to help pass with her for a little bit and just talk to her about some of the things that she looks at and thinks about. And, just having that leadership, has been, it's huge for us. We play pretty good defense. Our offense is coming along. Hannah Pukas has done a great job as a new setter for us. And I think we're just getting a lot of great, points from a lot of different people.
Are you surprised at all at how those new pieces have kind of come into play so early?
I thought it would take time. I thought, Mimi and Hannah are both really talented, and so it's just a matter of, how long it will take for them to gel. I really think because we didn't find a lineup so early, it maybe even took even longer, or it kept everybody's focus. But I thought the lineup that we had against Stanford looked pretty good to me, and everybody looked a little more confident and was working together. So I still think our best is ahead of us. I still don't even think both of them feel, fully integrated, into it. But I think, we can still get better at it. But
Brooke's obviously so well-rounded. Can Mimi be that kind of a player for you guys as she develops, her all-around game?
Brooke is, Brooke has a chance to be our national team libero, so I don't think you can ask any other left to do that or any other pin. So I don't know about that level, but I think Mimi has a work ethic to do it, and I think she has a skill set that is really high level. Different type of hitter, just bigger, powerful. She's got to learn a lot of the shots that Brooke has, that Brooke brought in. But I think they're both really talented six rotation players, and those are really hard to find.
Daly had a few really key digs this weekend. Yeah. We haven't talked a lot about her floor defense. Can you speak to that?
Yeah, Daly had an injury, like almost first practice, which she did last year also, to her knee, and so she just came back 2 weeks ago, and she's made a great impact right away. Great energy. She was on our beach team, and was really high level for beach, and she's got great all-around game. So just having her presence out there is important. She adds another element of ball control. What we're able to do with our lineup is kind of take Mimi out of serve receive and just let Mimi hit out of the back row, because Daly can pass, and that takes some pressure off of Mimi to do that. And I thought Mimi had a lot of big points because Daly's ball control was so good. When Daly's doing that, I don't know who they're going to serve, because you got Brooke and Georgia back there with her. So I think that makes it a really tough coverage for the other side. So great to have her back.
When talking about that serve receive, you got ahead a lot early in both set one and set three. How much does serve receive play a part in that?
Huge. I think what we're doing is we're not giving many points away. So we can maybe get some aces, with our serve on the other side, or really cause a lot of problems. It's hard to do that with our group. So I think it puts a lot of pressure on the other side to serve really tough. And because of that, they're going to make some more errors. So I think you're seeing the other side, with more unforced errors, and we're not giving many away with our serve receive and our serve. So I think that puts a lot of pressure on the other side.
Yeah. You spoke the other night about just the level of focus that your team brought. It's still only September. I mean, what's the challenge of sustaining that, and what does experience tell you about how challenging or not that will be?
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's hard to respond after an emotional match like Stanford, But I'm hopeful that's where our depth is going to make us different than we've been maybe in the past, because there are people that really want to play that aren't playing, that are pushing in practice every day. So I think, again, if you're a really good team, then you have the depth that is going to continue to push everybody to make sure they're bringing their best every day, or else they're going to take their spot on the floor. So I think that bit of pressure from each other, that is what's going to put us over the top. So.
Speaking about that emotion against Stanford, there was a lot of emotion out of you and a pretty nice chest bump. Do you practice those chest bumps?
We actually do. Yeah, with Nellie. Yeah, Nellie Schaefer and I, we actually do. Maybe once a week. Once a week. It's got to be something good to get the chest bump out there. But yeah, I think it's been fun to coach this group, and that was such a great environment. And it's fun to turn around and see our whole staff celebrating and everybody in it for every point. And the chest bump felt right.
Are you still refining your celebration skills as the season moves forward?
Well, I had the stomp in my first match, the chest bump now. I think we can continue to come up with better ways, Yeah.
part of what made it so emotional is the environment, and just kind of, I guess, what would it mean to see sustained support like that in the arena?
Yeah, I think one of the really neat things was this group responded well to the crowd. Like, they fed off the crowd and the energy of the crowd. And in years past, I almost felt like we were nervous because of it. And this one, they really embraced it and they wanted it. So just really want to put that message out to our fans that, hey, if you show up, I think you're going to get our best effort. And it would really help us have a home court advantage that not a lot of Pac-12 teams have. So I think it could really make a difference for us. And the team's goal, they're not shy about it. They want to win the first Pac-12 title that we've ever had. So we really could use all the support possible to make that happen.
The last time that you went on a really long run, you beat Minnesota in the Sweet 16, I'm pretty sure, or to make it in the Sweet 16. So, to get back to that, in what ways do you feel like your team and your program has grown? I know Brooke has kind of seen that level of success, and she's worked really, really hard to kind of bring this team to compete at that level. So how much growth do you feel like the team has had till now, and what growth do you still want to see from your team in order to get to that place that you can get to winning that Pac-12 title?
Yeah, I just think it's a brand new team from that. Brooke was on it in a different position, but that was really it that played. I don't know about coaches that have been in one place for a long time. I think you have a certain culture that your players hopefully will emulate and get to. You just don't know how long it's going to take. Because we had so many people graduate from that time, it was almost like starting over again. So it's really cool to see a brand new group kind of get to the level where they can compete for championships, and that's what this group has done.
Brooke was describing Mimi's demeanor the other day and painting the picture of someone who's pretty unflappable and kind of operates in a pretty narrow bandwidth. What's your sense of kind of her demeanor day in, day out? It sounds like she's the one who doesn't get too high, doesn't get too low.
She's kind of unapologetic. Like, we'll play cards, or we'll be on the road and we'll play board games or whatever, and she's going to beat me and she's going to talk trash to me, and she doesn't care about it. If she has to make a play, she's like, well, that's what it is. That's the play we're going to make. And I feel like I told her, I was like, can you just bring that to the court, because that's ruthless. It's like, if you're putting me down right away, like, do that to Stanford, do that to the other side, do it to the Arizonas. And I feel like you're seeing her personality come out a little bit. I think early on, Brooke was like, she's really quiet. Georgia, they would like to see her talk more, and I think she's coming to her own. And that's happening with confidence, right? She's getting reps, she's feeling more comfortable on the floor, and so she's able to communicate more. So, but no, I think she's a fighter for sure and a competitor. And so, the more that comes out, the better we're going to be.